And that was Bubba saying hi to you all. But as you know by now, this isn't Bubba's channel, it's my channel. And today, we're gonna get real. My New Year's resolution, I wanna lose weight, I wanna get healthy. For myself, I'm not like, I wanna be supermodel thin and be in a bikini. I don't wanna do that. My mom doesn't have that problem. This is my mom, everyone. You may recognize her from being Lucy in my Christmas video. But today, she's gonna help me get started and on the right track to my keto video. My keto, not a video, lifestyle, honestly. Before I get started, I do wanna say, my mom and I, we are not dietitianaries, we are not nutritionists, we're not doctors. If you're gonna make any plans to change your lifestyle, please consult your doctor, not people on YouTube. We are not the right people to make these life choices for you. My mom already does keto. She is the most knowledgeable person I know to ask about keto for my life. So, Mom, you know a lot about keto.
I know keto from how I feel it has adjusted to my body, my wants, my needs, my goals. One of the reasons why I did start keto was my knee. I hurt my knee. I'm a very active person. Am I saying never have a cookie? Never have a sandwich? Absolutely not. As you do keto, you start learning how to balance that type of carb for fuel as opposed to the sugars, the starches, and the type of carbs that end up in places like your backside, right here, and that middle. So we don't want to store those carbs. So as we get into keto, everybody says, what is keto?
So that's the medical term for keto, but Mom's gonna break it down for us in a way that we understand it better. Go ahead, Mom.
Okay, the ketogenic diet, also known as keto diet. So it's basically, when you look down upon it, it's a low carb, high fat diet. No, do not suck on a stick of butter. It is not a fat-free for bacon. And yes, avocados are great, but you also have to remember you have to balance that. Balance that with your good proteins and your green leafy vegetables. So the first part about keto as we start doing it is the macros, your macro units. So basically protein, carbs, fat. You want to make sure your carbs about 5%, your protein's about 20%, and your fat is up to about 75%. You will have to learn how to balance what your body can intake. So as you start doing keto, as you start replacing all your carbs for energy, so when you start replacing your carbs with fat, your body will transition into burning fat for fuel. So you start learning how to use fats for fuel instead of carbohydrates for fuel. Hence, ketosis. You will start going into what they call ketosis. As the body starts going to ketosis, your body will start using your fat for energy, so it will start burning fat for fuel, burning stored fat with the weight loss. So if you're at any point confused about what this is, the most thing I could tell you is to balancing out so your body will transition from using carbohydrates to fat for energy.
All right, so this is the part where I'm going to show you my weight. I'm going to show you pictures of my starting point. I haven't started keto yet, so you are literally seeing from the very beginning for me. I've always been heavier, so this is my chance to really turn it around. Okay, so my mom's gonna take my measurements as well.
I love my daughter dearly, and I'm just like as honest as I can. And this is not a normal measurement. This is the mom measurement. Oh my daughter has some cheeks, top and bottom.
Let me show you.
You know, I'm just curious as a mom. Will these go into a smaller, cuter little thing? So this is not, I repeat, a normal measurement. This is my mom is crazy and just wants to know measurement.
So both me and my mom have horrible chicken scratch writing. So instead of trying to show you what we wrote down, here's my measurements. Okay, and that's where we're starting at. Now we're ready to get started on keto. So another concern is keto flu. It's actually a really serious thing, and my mom's going to talk about how we can avoid it and just the best way to keep yourself healthy during this change of transitioning from a horrible, unhealthy diet to being keto.
So anyone who's starting keto, as well as my daughter, she knows I recommend start with a 7-day elimination, detox, slowly getting rid of and slowly adding into your diet.
Which is what I'm going to be doing. This whole week is literally just my prep and getting ready and preparing my body to start keto the proper way so I don't get sick. I don't want to get sick. I have a job, I got bills to pay, can't be getting sick.
Can you avoid getting sick? In my journey at keto, the answer for me is yes. I am not the only one doing keto. I launched my keto a week before her dad did. So when I did keto, I was the one that started putting myself through it first, so then I could put him through it, so he followed a week behind me. What I learned...
Mom really took the bullet.
I did. And whoop, that's my table. Knock on wood, I did not get sick. I did get, at one point, a sour stomach or a queasy stomach, and I did kind of say, okay, I feel like I'm not digesting good. I had to pull back my fats. I wasn't ready just yet. How do you start keto? Like we said, first of all, elimination. The first thing I'm going to tell you is please start increasing your magnesium, your sodium, your potassium. No, not sodium, table salt, over there. You need to do pink Himalayan salt. You remember, all salts don't process into high sodium. That's the thing is, when people do high sodium, they start saying, oh my gosh, you're going to spike your blood pressure. You're going to, increase all these other problems while you're trying to keto. But no, I mean, you could actually get, a potassium pill, magnesium pill to keep that balance up. So why do you want to keep your sodium, your potassium, your magnesium up? To not have the keto flu, to prevent cramping. You will get leg cramps. You will get toe cramps. You will wake up in the night with that screaming, I'm being murdered cramp. So you need to make sure that stays up. There's a best way to do it is what I call keto soup. So how do you prevent the keto flu? The best way to keep keto flu away would be what I did was a keto soup. So basically the keto soup is broth. So meat broth, like bone broth. You don't have to have bone broth. You don't have to buy bone broth. There's certain stores now that will sell bone broth pre-made because bone broth is just a whole new story to make. If you're a purist, if you have time, if you really say, I'm going to sit there for 72 hours and make my bone broth, please do. That's great. But I do find in my work life, time life, home life, mommy life, that it's just easier to purchase some of this stuff. So you need to get...
All your kids are almost adults.
I'm always a mommy. I am always a mommy.
Okay.
If I am not always a mommy, what are you sitting here next to me for?
I don't know.
Thank you. And moving on,
Continue.
We shall say that... I can't do this. Seriously.
I'm sorry.
You need to get some broth. So I find bone broth is the best. You could buy it pre-made and drink bone broth. I started bone broth with leafy vegetables. So there would be some spinach, a little kale. There would be broccoli. What else?
You said bok choy.
Bok choy. Green onion. You want to kind of stay away from root vegetables. So as in carrots, sweet potatoes, stuff like that. High glycemic level on sugars. So when you bake them down, they tend to be really sweet. So you just want to stay with green leafy vegetables. Those have a lot of magnesium in them, and all that kind of stuff you need. So you make a bone broth soup, heat up the soup, put in your vegetables, a little garlic, a little ginger, a little sriracha, flavor it up. It doesn't have to be bland. That's when I start my fat. So what I'm saying is this is where I can slowly incorporate fat into my body. I will put a few slices of avocado. You'll start learning how many fats are in foods when you start looking into macros and checking nutrients and labels. So I would have my soup with all my vegetables with fat in it. You could even float a little bit of avocado oil in it. You can float a little bit of olive oil in it. not enough where you feel like you're drinking oil, but just a little float, and that will increase your fat if you're not an avocado person in your soup. The other thing, if you start getting the keto flu, so you will start feeling sick. You will start feeling like you actually have the flu as your body starts adapting into the new diet. So what you want to do is you want to slowly start increasing maybe your magnesium and so forth prior to. This should all start fitting in your 7 days. So start the day before, start the day of, try to put in your keto soup if you can. Does it last forever? No. I did keto soup for about 5 days. When I realized that I wasn't getting sick and I knew I was going to ketosis, that ended up going out. And my high fats, high protein meals started coming in as I started adapting. It takes a different time for everybody. If you are extremely high carb, then possibly it takes a little bit longer. Possibly you cannot avoid the keto flu. But that's the best way, I'm telling you, is to do it, because that will derail a person. They will get off keto and they will say, this was horrible. I can't believe people do this to themselves. Just like anything, you have to be careful. You have to pay attention to your body, and you have to do things the right way. The weight didn't come on, the unhealthiness didn't come on in 7 days. So it's not going to come off in 7 days. So just be smart about things in life. On the signs of the keto flu. Signs will be nausea, vomiting, constipation, diarrhea, headache, irritability, weakness, muscle cramps, dizziness, poor concentration, stomach pain, muscle soreness, difficulty sleeping, and sugar cravings. Will you get all these at once? Absolutely not. Did I avoid this? No, I hope not. Please, I hope not. I hope not. No. That for me covers keto flu. I'm sure there's going to be maybe more questions that come up.
If you have any questions,
please do.
We'll try to answer. Leave them in the drop box down below. Not guaranteeing we can answer, but we could at least try to talk about it and work it out. So I have eaten all the really...
I have eaten?
I have eaten.
I have ate?
I have ate. No, that doesn't sound right. I have ate all the... I've eaten all. Do we have any English majors out there? Please.
I'm about to be eating this. I'm about to eat this keto food right now.
Okay, I'm gonna say eaten. I have eaten all of pretty much the bad food out of my house.
And I will say she has ate all the bad food out of her house.
Which one do you think is right? Let us know. So we're gonna go to the grocery store and I'm going to get my meal prep for the week. And pretty much, like I said, this is going to be a week of easing into keto. I am not going full force keto right now.
Slow slide.
I'm sliding into keto. I don't play sports, so I don't understand the reference. Just kidding. I do understand the reference. Anyways, off to the store we go. So as I'm editing, I'm realizing that this video is too long to have in just one. I need to break it up into two. So I'll see you all next Monday with my meal prep. And if you like what you're seeing, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you all then. Bye!